Hi Arpita, this is last of the network and telecommunication segment that I am sending you. The OSI model, which is Open Systems Interconnect, can talk from one computer anywhere in the world if they are connected to another computer anywhere in the world, just a specific computer. Now, without going into details, because computer science takes 5 years, 4 years, I will just explain in few minutes, and perhaps this information will be useful to you. So as we discussed earlier, the computer just generates zeros and ones, or on and off condition on the wire inside. The machine knows only 0 and 1, and the programming languages, which are second, third, fourth generation languages, they don't use 0 and 1, but they have written programs for zeros and ones to operate and perform certain tasks. Okay, now this physical layer, which is the basic wire in which the data is being passed, your zeros and ones, your bits. We discussed bits and bytes last time. So these are bits. They are binary transmission between computers. Now these 7 layers of OSI model is at the both sides, at the receiver and the sender. Both have to use packets, and this is the basic raw ones and zeros. Now data link will put it in frames or packets, frames of 8, and network is a packet, and that packet is also used to transport it and to direct it across. Let us say you are communicating with me on video conference. Our connection will be going from your telephone airwaves to, let us say, whatever mobile company that you are using, and from there it is wired, and sometimes it is wired under the sea. It's not air all the way. Most of the bulk traffic is on wire. It's not on Wi-Fi, because that way it would not be safe and anybody can listen in and snoop. So the network the network the network uh, between the main routers and nodes, this is where the routers do IP. IP is a logical internet address. Like we said, the data link layer address is one which is static, and it is burnt in to a device and unique to every computer and every mobile or every computing device on the planet. They are all different. But at network layer, there could be multiple addresses because it's actually a logical addressing. And people who do not know, they say, oh, we can catch such and such person by network address. But network IP address is not capable of pointing to the correct device. Then you have so one frames come in, then their frames are put in packets and packets into segments, and then there is data. So the physical layer deals with zeros and ones. Data link puts them into bytes, 8-byte chunks. Network puts them all in packets, and transport layer sees which is the shortest route between Toronto and Delhi and sends it over the network. And the network is basically mostly wired between the main nodes, between the country's main nodes. I don't mean just Wi-Fi towers, which are local. Anyway, then you get your session, which is a control of your permission, whether you have the permission to look at the data or send the data. And the presentation is, encryption, data representation, and things of that nature. And lastly is your software, your Word, your Excel, your Facebook, your Instagram, that is on the application layer. So both sides have these 7 layers. The side which is sending, let's say this side is sending, so it will send the physical bits which will put in frames, and frames are put into packets, and packets are put into another packets called segments, and segments are again put into a packet called session. They have not mentioned here packets, but these are all packets, like packet into packet into packet into packet 7 times. And the receiver just peels off packet into packet into packet into packet till you are communicating application to application. All these are just used for transport. They have nothing, they have no other role but to facilitate between point A to point B. And point A to point B at the end level is only dealing with the application layer, which is your Word, which is your Excel, which is your spreadsheet, your social media, your Instagrams, and things of that. I took this little boring discussion to you because that way you would know how does a communication take place between two different computers. And this would perhaps make it easier for you, and no knowledge goes useless. So bye for now.